welcome to Kieroneus TV. I am Kieroneus, and with me is the man on the couch.
Yo, baby.
And together we are crusaders against the forces of darkness.
Sure, whatever you say, buddy.
That's what I'd like. Yeah, that's what I'd like to say. But now
I
we're
am
just
the darkness.
we're too. You got your hate blockers on again.
Dude, I feel like this has to be my new thing.
I mean, we don't have cameras, couch man. Nobody can see that. And speaking of hate blockers, it actually came up in one of our last podcasts, which is where we got something from our buddy Landed. He's all like, hey, you guys have great voices. Again, thank you. Which prompted me to upload something, which I hope you will all enjoy. You can find it on the YouTube page and the Facebook page. Links available here, right here, below this little streaming window here. I cannot make it simpler for you folks. The YouTube and the Facebook links are right there on the page.
Yeah, I am going to say this.
Yeah.
You need to go watch this. This is A, effing hysterical. B, I will give you all the props. You're the one that created it. You're the one that edited the entire thing. I'm very proud of you. This is hilarious.
So many sleepless nights. No, I'm kidding. I put that together in like it didn't take me long, honestly. It was a lot of fun to do. And considering that it's the first time I've ever done anything like that, I'm kind of proud of it. I'm the appropriate level of proud of it. Praise me, I am a god. I think that's the appropriate amount, don't you, Couch Man?
Just amazing. You also, I want to say this as well. Last podcast, we did something new. The headline game, the lightning round, and I did mention hey,
yeah,
we need a drop. You made a drop. You put it in the post edited thing, but I never got it, so we don't have it for today.
Oh, sorry, Couch Man.
I'm so happy with it, though.
I'm sorry I didn't share my awesomeness with you, but right. It'll be there next time. I assure you.
Awesome. Can't wait. You still have your headphones on. This is horrifying me. How bad do we sound?
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It just my signal is taking a little while to catch up. Oh. If you want to go ahead and launch into your thing, I would suggest you do so now.
Okay, absolutely. Well, like I was saying a few seconds ago, last week we decided to pretend like we're professionals for 7 seconds, and we decided to have a headline game, or as Kieroneus has lovingly named it, the lightning round. It's a good warm-up. I go out, I find a whole bunch of headlines in the news and, online, on the internets, and give it to Kieroneus to react to, because normally he's the one doing all the show prep and everything else, and he doesn't get to be surprised like I am. This is his chance to be surprised.
Right. I haven't researched these topics. That's a real change.
I was going to say very little has changed. It's just the different person talking about it. Talking about you being surprised, GameSpot. This is their title. Fallout Miami would make would be pretty cool. This mod shows. Do you know about Fallout Miami?
No.
Fallout Miami is a community-driven mod for Fallout 4, and it just kind of creates Boston in a Miami Vice motif. And now people are kind of saying, like, Bethesda, check it out. This could be really cool for possibly the next game. So let me ask you this. Fallout Vice? Question mark. Would you be cool with that?
Well, Vice is pretty much part and parcel with Fallout, but Fallout Miami, yeah, that could be fun. You got here's what I'm envisioning. I'm envisioning roller skater gangs.
Oh my god.
Go full 80s on this. I know it conflicts with the 1950s theme, but like maybe just throw in one of those big shouldered suits with the glasses and gold chains like we saw in Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Basically just a roaming gang of roller derby people.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Or you know what? Scratch that. Don't go full 80s, but definitely play up the beach theme. I would love to see this really chill ghoul wearing basically the couchman's typical get up, a floral shirt, but he's got a sun hat and everything, and he's just chilling on the beach with like a frozen daiquiri or something. He gives you quests.
You would be happy to know that is actually part of the mod.
I would love to check it out. Unfortunately, I'm not a member of the PC Master Race, so...
Maybe if you grovel. I do have Fallout 4 purchased.
Okay, you would have to show it to me, because I would really love to check it out.
Right.
You modders out there, man, keep it up, guys. You make us proud as gamers.
No, I mean, it's cool. It's definitely a way to keep older titles fresh.
Yeah.
So, and this is actually pretty awesome. And I will say this: I love the logo for Fallout Miami. Just love it. All right, that was one. Let's go over.
Wait.
What?
Okay.
Whoa.
Fallout Miami. I doubt that the creator of this again. I've never seen the mod, so I have no idea what's on it. But I don't know if it's local to Miami, but one thing I would love to see referenced would be that it's this old movie. It's this really strange movie where like this woman goes to like this carnival and it's like haunted, and there's all these creepy ass ghost people chasing after her. So it's like I would love to see that referenced. Like you just walk in there and like there's a bunch of ghouls or something, or do what they did in the Dunwich the Dunwich Borers mining company thing with like the creepy flashbacks. Like you just see these people rushing towards you. It's actually one of those. I wish I could remember the name of the damn movie. I'm gonna have to look that up while Couchman prepares the next headline for me.
Okay, absolutely. And with that being said, off to number 2. Screen Rant reports Disney fixes first Star Wars mistake by reviving Clone Wars.
Carnival of Souls. And we did this headline last time.
No, we did not.
Yeah.
Screen Rant is saying that they are fixing the first mistake that Disney made with Star Wars. I just want to know, we reported last time that it's coming back.
Right.
I want to know, what could this actually fix? Besides just giving fans what they want to see.
I don't understand. Run it by me again, because I was distracted looking up the Carnival of Souls thing.
Right.
You're telling me that they're claiming that it's going to fix what Disney messed up?
Yes. Disney fixes its first mistake, first Star Wars mistake, by reviving the Clone Wars.
Oh, I see.
What a shock. You're not listening to me.
No, I just don't understand how this, in what way it fixes anything. I mean, it's just... I've always considered the Clone Wars thing to be a separate entity in and of itself, not actually part of the Star Wars canon, nor do I consider the new ones part of the canon yet. Like I said, once I've seen the full series of movies that they got coming out, I'll render full judgment. But as for the... Couchman, don't shake your head. As for this Clone Wars thing... No, actually, I need the hate blockers. Couchman,
there you go.
Couchman put on his hate blockers. I'm going to put them on because I don't need to trigger Couchman again and get have him spew his vitriol about the new Star Wars at me. So if it might fix something for you guys, but as far as I'm concerned, it hasn't affected it at all for me.
Yeah, no, the reason I put this in there is because I'm like, what can it fix, and what did the newer Star Wars just say, oh, poo on the Clone Wars about?
I think they're just saying that the fact that they're bringing it back fixes it, because Star Wars, because they're all like, oh, well, all that stuff is non-canon now. At first, then they're like, oh, wait, no, and they walked it back.
Well, you know what could fix everything? The Rock.
Ah, yes.
The Independent reports The Rock announces Jumanji 2 after Welcome to the Jungle becomes the biggest ever Sony title.
Wait a minute. Are we talking the movie where they basically changed it into a video game?
Yes.
It's a sequel to that?
Yes. Jumanji 2.
But that would make it like Jumanji 3 because...
Jumanji 2.5. We had this same discussion about naming this, what number this episode was.
Yeah, I know. Well,
how serendipitous.
Boy, I really should have labeled it Podcast 103.5. You are listening to Podcast 103.5, The Nerd.
I hate you because I loved that so much.
That's my attempt at a radio voice.
Right, but okay, few things. A, how much does The Rock actually mean to a movie? B, how much, what used to be Sony's biggest title if Jumanji was the one to take it over? And 3, do we really need a Jumanji 2.5?
Okay, I need to clear this up for my own personal sanity. You have the first Jumanji with Robin Williams.
And
then you have
that Thanos dusted that thing.
But it's still canon though. They
I know it is. It's stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, so the one that came after it with Jack Black and the like, that's Jumanji 2, whether they choose to acknowledge it or not. And this would be Jumanji 3.
Right.
But they're calling it Jumanji 2?
Yes.
It's so dumb.
Not really. I did not. In a million years, I would have never thought this was the thing we were going to get stuck up on this.
My mind refuses to let it go that it's not chronologically correct to call it Jumanji 2.
Let me ask you, did you see it?
I have not seen it yet, no. I remember that time, though, that we had stopped someone in the hallway who was talking about Jumanji.
Right.
And he was all like, oh, yeah, man, it was actually really, really good. It's we're both looking at each other just
no
dumbstruck.
Possible way, right?
Yeah, there's like no way this movie is good, but like it's not the first time we'd heard somebody say that. So it's like we need to watch it, Couch Man.
I have.
Oh. Well, don't tell me anything because I should probably watch it,
right?
So I can.
Let me just tell you this: the way it ends, I would have never thought there would be a 2.5.
Okay, see, that's a spoiler. That pretty much that tells me too much.
Okay, not really.
It doesn't tell me everything, but it tells me too much at the same time.
Okay, whatever. Watch it.
I will watch it.
Fun.
I'm just gonna watch it.
It's fun. It is fun. But no, like the Rock is really just made of money in Hollywood, really, isn't he?
I don't know, but I feel like the people who make these movies, I don't know if it's so much Dwayne Johnson himself, but someone involved thinks that he's got the Midas touch for movies. Like anything he's in is gonna put butts in seats. Maybe it does, but I don't know. Did anybody go see Rampage? I mean,
oh, I was gonna say Rage. What the hell are you talking about? Rampage? No.
I don't think anybody went to see that.
Yeah, nobody went to see that. But with Jumanji, you know what it did perform better than?
What's that?
The Last Jedi.
God, Couch Man.
No, that movie's okay.
I'm not saying it's okay. Well, okay, no, I did sort of say it was okay.
Jumanji beat that in the theaters. I just want you to sit on that, let that mull around in your head while we go on to headline 4.
Okay.
Last week we had a Twitter-based one, and that one was so well received, I thought, what the hell? Let's do another one. Roseanne, Dan Harmon, and the end of Hollywood's Twitter era. Variety.
Say that again.
Yeah, I know. I tripped up. Roseanne, Dan Harmon, and the end of Hollywood's Twitter era.
I've been hearing all about this. It's kind of hard to even avoid that kind. It's like when you don't. It's the kind of news you don't want to hear, but you hear it anyway because literally everybody's talking about it. And honestly, it's like I don't care. You know, they're people say stupid stuff, and then when that comes to the surface, they get crucified for it, and like either the people around them are going to protect them or just sort of drop them. Like, okay. And it just kind of seems like the people are circling the wagons around James Gunn and Dan Harmon.
Right, but
I've heard Roseanne's take on it. First of all, I don't really care all that much what Roseanne thinks.
Right. I'm not going to lie, because, I mean, the Harmon stuff happened years ago, and, you know...
Well, is anyone surprised that he would make that kind of joke? That's the thing.
That's the other thing. Yeah, are we really going to, like, be shocked that a comedian went that far for a laugh?
I mean, that's where we're at these days, people. Right. It's we got to go for the shock value.
And you know me, I'm not a, like, Harmon's you know, super masterpiece that everybody loves, Rick and Morty. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Like, I could care two craps about that, but like it's funny. I'll give it that. But like, yeah, we really don't care. I don't care, at least.
I like Rick and Morty, not all that much, but like that doesn't affect my judgment of this. It's like it's a dumb thing. I mean, that's why he deleted, because so obviously he knows it was dumb.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying it was right for him to do it. And if you don't like it, well, sorry to say for him, if people aren't happy with what you did, then they have the right to not watch your stuff or, you know, not support you anymore.
Right. But here's kind of my main question on this.
Okay.
Hollywood's Twitter era. Would you really give two poo-poos if all of a sudden they just, every single famous person said, screw it, we're done?
I would not be surprised. I really wouldn't care all that much, because I don't follow any of the celebrities on Twitter, because I don't care what they have to say. That's the thing. And, you know, just throwing this out there, just all things being equal, if you don't care what I have to say, okay. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. But really, I don't care what they have to say. Usually what they have to say is pretty vapid anyway.
No, I mean...
It's either vapid or offensive.
Right. I think we made the joke last week where, like, Twitter really is just the worst side of people.
Twitter is what every website is. That's the thing. Every social media site, I should say. Any site where people can freely voice their opinions is bound to become a tainted cesspool of just people saying "kill yourself," Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. You know, it's. That's just the nature of it. You know, it gives the anonymity of it gives people a sense of invulnerability, and they let out their darkest side. But again, I would like to point out that not everybody lives on Twitter. I'm only on Twitter by virtue of the fact that I have a show, and it's how you promote your show.
Right. Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter.
Literally the only reason I put Twitter questions in here is so I can say that.
I don't think...
Can't wait to see what next week.
But to fully address your question, right. I don't think that this is the end of Hollywood on Twitter. I think that just a lot of them are going to bow out. But I think there's going to be a few who are like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to be a man and toughen up and be like, yeah, Twitter's my house now. Which would be interesting to see, I guess.
The new king or queen of Twitter. That would be very interesting to see. Not going to lie. Alrighty. Here is the last one.
We're already at the last one?
We're already at the last one. GameSpot taking another spot in the headlines. Venom debuts new San Diego Comic-Con footage. Teases Spider-Man crossover at Comic-Con.
As in Spider-Man's going to show up in the movie? Or?
No, the actors, the panel, and everything. So Tom Hardy was, obviously the 21st Century Fox buyout of Disney buyout of the 21st Century Fox. That was kind of asked, like, hey, what do you think of this? Is there a possibility we're going to see you in the second phase of this Marvel, chapter book that everybody seems to love? Tom Hardy just kind of plays tongue-in-cheek and goes, I'd love to be in a Spider-Man movie, or, it'd be great.
So he didn't actually say, I'm going to be in a Spider-Man movie. He just said...
He just teases it. He puts a little feeler out there, if you will.
Is that... are you quoting verbatim what he said?
No, but very loosely.
Because unless he said, there might be a Spider-Man Venom crossover, I wouldn't get my hopes up.
But this kind of brings up a whole other topic of Disney buys out 21st Century Fox. All the superheroes get to come home and play, even though Venom is a Sony property. But majority of all the Spider-Man villains and everything else get to come over and play in the Marvel universe. They're willing to throw whatever type of money at the wind at this point. Do we really need a Venom v Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, I think we kind of do. If we're gonna keep making Spider-Man movies, I think it would be inevitable that Venom would show up. He's one of Spider-Man's greatest foes. Right. But we did get our Venom Spider-Man movie, and
it was the best thing ever.
I feel like that movie maybe just got a little too unfair.
There was too much going on in that movie.
Okay, pause one moment to address a viewer comment. Cones, welcome to the party.
Oh, hey, baby.
Good to see you, buddy. We're talking... Couchman's throwing headlines at me, and I'm supposed to... React to them, because I have no prior knowledge of them. Because sometimes I just got to put myself in a little shell, a little bubble, if you will, to block out all the crap, because sometimes... It's become the world we call the nerd world has become very I'm trying to avoid a word that gets thrown out a lot. We'll say septic. There's a lot of sepsicity going on. But Couchman is throwing curveballs at me to see how I react to them.
Right.
As for this Venom thing, we were talking about Spider-Man 3, of the Tobey Maguire trilogy.
His favorite one.
I really don't think that movie was that bad. I think, the dance scene was a little ridiculous, obviously.
It was my favorite part.
But it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. It wasn't great, I'll grant you, but it did. I have seen so much worse, like, a Galactus fart cloud.
Okay. Or no, we've seen,
seen Galactus fart clouds,
bat nipples,
a Deadpool with who doesn't talk. Oh, Cones, you liked Spider-Man 3? Or are you just being sarcastic? There's an LOL at the end of that statement, so you could just be yanking me. But like I said, Deadpool that doesn't talk and has blades that come out of his arms. and is inexplicably 7 feet tall.
Of course, because why wouldn't he be?
You know, it's far from the worst thing. Like I said, at least they tried to parallel the comics.
I mean, to a point. I was like an element.
Cone says he was in middle school at the time. Well, hey,
Do you want to? That sounds about right. Yeah.
These things should appeal to children on some level, and as for adults who are watching, it should appeal to your inner child. You know, these movies aren't supposed to be like, you know, it's not Saving Private Ryan. You know, it's not Tora.
Oh, for God's sake. Who knows what we're talking about? Please, listeners, tell me if you have seen Tora.
It's not The Cowboys. It's a movie that's... these are movies that are supposed to fill you with hope and be a fun little fantasy adventure. But I feel like we've lost sight of that. But
and it's all about the money!
It's about the money. It's about the dark equals better formula that everybody seems to be following. We've got to give everything a darker, grittier edge.
Because the 2000s happened, and that was such a huge success.
All right.
I still hate you for wrecking that Venom trailer for me. Still hate you for that. I was so excited for it. And you're like, it just looks like a really bad 2000s movie. I was like, it does.
Well, Cones, as for what our prediction on how good Venom will be, you've already just heard Couchman's prediction. Because I pointed out that it looks a lot like Ghost Rider in some ways. Watch the trailer again. I wish we had the trailer. We don't have it with us today.
No. But
watch the trailer again. It kind of looks a lot like the Ghost Rider movie in some ways. You know, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Really, I think the worst thing about the Ghost Rider movie was Nicolas Cage and the fact that everybody had to wear a trench coat.
Well, how else were you going to figure out who was a bad guy?
Right. But honestly, I didn't think the Ghost Rider movie was such a bad idea. And I thought everything else was pretty cool. And then that's what it should be. And as what do I think about what Venom movie is going to be?
It's not going to be what I want it to be.
I'm just going to give it a chance. I'm going to go in with an open mind. Cones is laughing.
I want it to be a monster movie. I don't want to see Eddie Brock, period. I want to see Venom eat people. I want to see Venom be the bad guy. The army try to take him down, but they can't. It's never going to happen. The only thing I am like semi-excited for is to see what Woody Harrelson has to do with the movie, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be Cletus Cassidy Carnage.
I don't think Carnage is going to be in it. I still don't think he's going to be in it. Okay, Cones says, I feel bad for Cage. He says he was good in National Treasure. Yeah, look, Cones, I don't have anything particularly against Nicolas Cage. I think he was a bad casting choice. I think you could have put just about anybody in that role, but you had to pick Nicolas Cage. What were you thinking? Rated R Venom movie.
Yeah, Codes, you make a very great point here. Rated R Venom movie would be sweet. Kieroneus, what do you think of a rated R Venom movie?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked, Couchman, because I never get to offer my opinion on this. I don't think that an R rating changes anything. I think people have developed a mindset that an R rating somehow makes a movie better just because you can have more violence or something. It's like, I just don't think that's true. I mean, PG-13 movies can be very violent.
Could you make a PG-13 Venom movie?
Sure you could. That's honestly what I would recommend. And I mean, do you really want to ostracize or leave out, I should say? Do you really want to
children? Tell me the last time you went to an R-rated movie there wasn't a million kids in there.
Hang on, Couchman. You don't want to leave out your core demographic.
Me.
Yeah, they'll see this movie eventually, but unless you're that cool kid who wears the leather jacket,
Or the trench coat with 3 children stacked on top of each other.
Right. Yeah. You're not. It's like you're not actually going to see that movie unless you can come on. Pass off as older than 13.
Right. No, I don't think. And Cones brings up another great example of this. I don't think you can do a PG-13 Venom movie. I really don't.
I think you could because I don't know. The reason I don't think that an R-rated Venom movie is necessary is because my introduction to Venom when I was a kid wasn't one where he was just ripping people in half and there was blood and guts and everywhere, and Eddie Brock was plowing chicks right, dead center camera. Okay, that's why I don't think it's necessary. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it or you can't do it. I'm saying it's not necessary. I'm saying it would be just as good without an R rating. I think people have, like I said, developed this delusion that it has to be R rated to be good. That's why we got that atrocious Teen Titans thing.
Wait, what?
You know,
you mean the Titans, the new thing coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
that mindset
That's
is what
Batman.
is what has led to that.
Ugh. See, but I don't know. Like I feel like that was a serious problem back in the 2000s. I really do. I think you're 100% right. I think it's kind of gotten to the point where you can take something, I mean, a movie, and you're going to hate it because you hate the second one. But something like Guardians of the Galaxy could have been an R-rated movie. It really could have. You could have had a lot more, jokes and everything else. But I truly think, having perimeters and everything else, but I like I said, I'm hoping for the monster movie. I do kind of want to see bloods, gore, and visual.
Yeah. While Couchman goes and tends to the service droid, I will take over here. Again, I'm not saying that this is something that cannot be. I'm saying this is something that does not have to be. Because, like I said, my intro to this character was not based on that. I didn't grow to love Venom because he was a violent figure. I grew to love Venom because he was a crazy, wild, and outrageous character who could do amazing things. He just looked cool. He looked badass and scary. It's like it wasn't necessary to go beyond that point. And again, if you want to do an R-rated Venom movie, do an R-rated Venom movie. I just wish that people didn't seem to have the mindset that it has to be R-rated to be good. We have to be wanting to cut our wrists and drink bleach in order for our movie to be good. That's all I'm trying to get away. Because, like I said, that mindset has brought us that horrible Titans thing. I mean, you can't watch that and tell me that you think it's going to be good. Couchman, what do you think?
Oh, the Titans? No, that thing's gonna be garbage.
Well, that's where the mindset of dark equals better has led us. It was like, we want an R-rated this, we want an R-rated that. Stop it, okay? That is that is such narrow thinking.
Well,
just demand that they do a good Venom movie. It could be R-rated, it could be PG-13. I don't care. Just do it right, okay? The R rating is insubstantial. Just get the right person, make sure Venom looks good, make him do lots of crazy stuff, breaking through buildings and stuff with his long, crazy tongue. Have him be wild and out of control, and yeah, maybe kill a few people. That's totally fine. Just do it right. Do not fixate on the R rating.
Okay, I fully agree with you that you shouldn't fixate on the R rating. You can also say the opposite. I think where the oh goodness, Heath Ledger Joker movie, PG-13, very super dark. that entire series of Batman movies were very dark. All PG-13. Just made a good movie. I 100% agree with you. Just make a good movie.
Thank you. That's all. It's all I'm trying to. It's all I'm trying to get across here.
Right, but if, like, I'm just thinking, like, I don't want to. The only thing I'm afraid that people will take out of content is
context.
Context. Thank you. R plus dark equals bad. I don't want that to be the case.
Well, yeah, no. The pendulum swings both ways on that one.
Right.
I'm not saying don't make R-rated movies. God, no.
Right.
Life would be so boring if there weren't any R-rated movies. I'm just saying that it doesn't have to be an R-rated movie in order to be good. You don't have to dye your hair black, paint your nails black, wear black lipstick in order for people to finally notice you and think you're a good person. Or think you're a worthy person, all right? That's what it feels like when people fixate on the R rating. It's like, no. You're looking at the superficial, skin-deep version of things.
You just described, like, 80% of my high school girlfriends.
You don't have to go goth in order to impress people.
No, but that's the thing. I'm really glad I made that joke because that's what it was. It's a teenage thing, right? It's a teenage thing. You think you have to be edgy and all this other crap. You really don't.
Right, you don't.
You don't.
And we shouldn't apply that logic to these movies. But again, it sounds like I'm saying don't ever make an R-rated movie.
Yeah, and I don't want people to take that away. That's my thing.
But
and I know you're not.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think this has to be R-rated. I don't think it should be R-rated. I definitely don't think you should be calling for an R-rated Boba Fett movie.
Oh.
That's a property that does not need the R rating in order to be good. Honestly, I think if anything, demanding that a movie have an R rating is just like admitting that it's not good enough. You don't think it's good enough without that R rating. And I take offense to that. Just like I would take offense to a person saying, well, I'm not good enough, I better go goth.
Okay, interesting. That's an interesting stance on it.
Or I'm not good enough, I'm going to go anorexic. You know, it's like, yeah, so sorry to get a little too deep and edgy there, but, you know, I'm trying to make a point. You know, it's like, if that's the length you feel you have to go to, you need to take some deep personal reflection. Speaking of deep personal reflection,
or going through changes, I guess.
Wow, did we go long on that one?
Hey, that's cool.
And unfortunately, it's still spider related.
Yay!
It is now official. The superhero with the stupidest name ever now has the coolest name ever. If any of you were conscious during one of our previous podcasts, you recall that we criticized the heroine formerly known as Spider-Gwen. I didn't know that, like, in the comics, she's actually just called Spider-Woman.
Spider-Woman, Spider-Girl, one of those.
But when I was first introduced to the character, I thought it was Spider-Gwen was the name I was given, and I thought that was dumb on the part of the character because it defeats the purpose of having an alias in the first place. It's almost as if I decided to call myself Super Kieroneus. Damn that Super Kieroneus! Who could he be? Or if Batman decided to call himself Bat Bruce.
Batwayne.
Lex Luthor is robbing the bank. Quickly, get Super Clark, Wonder Diana, and Aqua Arthur. Should we call Green Oliver? No, he sucks. No one likes him. So congratulations, Marvel, for coming up with a name that is light years better than the original.
It is absolutely not better than the original.
What? Ghost Spider? That's cool.
Ghost Spider is stupid as hell.
That's a cool name.
No, it is not.
Are you kidding me? If Ghost Spiders were an actual thing, I would officially have to leave. Yeah, I would officially have to just completely glass the planet and leave it behind.
Yeah, no, Earth would be just unable to be saved.
Yeah, there's no going back from Ghost Spiders. Right. So yeah, Ghost Spider, that is an awesome, cool, intimidating name. I'm gonna call myself Chainsaw Tough Guy.
Chainsaw Tough Guy. Chainsaw Tough Guy 2, The Revenge Ending.
It's Chainsaw Tough Guy versus Super Kieroneus. Super Kieroneus' identity revealed.
Perfect. No, but this is the thing. I mean, yes, you bring up a good point where that is the stupidest. Like, it's the stupidest thing for people to be like, oh, well, no, because she was like Spider Girl. Like,
I know.
It's the equivalent of like calling Captain America Cap.
I fixated on the wrong thing, but I had a whole bit planned for it, Couchman.
I did
Humor
like
me.
it. I did like the bit.
Thank you.
I don't know. Like, and I told you I was going to bring this other character up. Again, another version of Gwen, and that's Gwenpool, where her physical name is just Gwenpool.
Yeah, but she's a fourth wall breaker, so it does that one.
Right.
I can offer more leniency on that one.
Really?
Yeah, but if you're like just a normal superhero and your alias is your name, that's just dumb.
Right. I mean, this just accidentally happened too. Like, this character was supposed to be such a throwaway character, but everybody loved Spider.
Well, because her costume is adorable. I mean, look at
her
her.
costume is pretty badass.
I have seen some super cute cosplayers dressing as her.
I am going to dress as her.
And it's, please don't ruin it for me, Couchman.
Please don't ruin it for me.
Look, when I develop a new fetish, you can't just knock it down that quickly, all right?
2 sizes too small, too.
Oh, God.
Everything will be defined.
No. You must stop this at once.
I do like the hood, though. The hood on her costume is awesome.
Like I said, it's adorable.
Yeah.
It's just so cute. And she does look like a ghost.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you told me it, I was like, "Why are they calling her Ghost Spider?" And then I started looking at this picture, and I was like, "Okay, I get it, but meh, just meh." Like, they have another female spider, powered being in the main Marvel universe, and her name's Silk, right?
Uh-huh.
And I like that name 1,000 times better than Ghost Spider.
I'm not saying, Silk? I mean...
Silk webbing. Silk.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, that's not all that intimidating. Like I said, Ghost Spider. That's like the scariest thing I've ever heard of.
See, that's the other thing. Like, what are the villains? Are the villains really going to stop and say, "Oh my God, here is Ghost Spider"? Or is it just going to call her Ghost? Because, like, if they just call her Ghost, that's another character completely.
Okay, you make a fair point there. I love having these conversations. It's not about me being right. It's just about the conversation.
Right. No.
Even though I'm right all the time.
Oh, I hate you.
But that's what we nerd folk, if you will, like to do. And speaking of nerd folk and that kind of thing, Comic-Con has come to pass, and of course, folks could not help but make a scene. The actors from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, when asked what they would do if they had magic powers, could not resist the urge to go political. Brace yourselves, folks.
Yay, we're going political, kids.
There was a call for smashing the patriarchy, which is a good thing, by the way, because they're the reason that the Star Wars movies suck.
No.
Well, yeah.
Reason. Key to reason.
I know, Couch, man. I'm being facetious. Give me a break here.
Never. I can't spell or eat that word.
And then, of course, there was an incantation for getting rid of Trump, which goes, Impeachius Maximus.
That's just unclever.
Yeah, look, I don't care about your politics. I don't even care if you hate Donald Trump. Or any president, for that matter. But Impeachius Maximus, are you kidding me? How about Expelli Trumpus? Or Impeacha Cadavra?
Oh, I like that one a little better.
Thank you. Expecto Bertronum in honor of Bernie Sanders. A stag, picture this, Couch, man. A stag comes out with Bernie's face, and chases away the Detrumpers.
That's horrifying. No, you know what? Oh, God, now I'm really thinking of that. You know what that's just going to look like one of those skinless cats.
Oh, God.
With horns. Like, that's not funny. That's terrifying.
That is, but I don't know. I'm laughing at it. I can't help myself.
Just imagine that on a button.
or if I Photoshop that.
I hate you. Do not use AI, I told you. Just because you figured out how to dub our voices over some ghosts does not save your...
That wasn't enough?
No.
What about all the community service I serve? I'm sorry. At some point, my sentence has got to be up for my ban from Photoshop. If you want to know what we're talking about, visit the Facebook page. My point is, this is stupid.
My point is, this is stupid.
Okay, stop appropriating our culture icons to push your political agenda. Do your job, entertain the people, and whine about the president on your own time.
Yeah, like on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, in fairness to them, Couchman, they were asked.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, why? Who's the... I'm really about to say something bad, but who's the a-hole at Comic-Con that was like, oh, this might be my only chance to ask a famous person anything. Let's ask him a political question. Like,
well, they didn't ask
why are you there?
They didn't ask them a political question. They asked them what they would do if they had magic powers.
Oh, and then they went, oh,
right.
Get your heads out of your ass. That's stupid.
I
mean,
mean,
a fan asking a question. I'm sorry. I should have known my people are better than that.
Well, no. It's they just asked, what would you do if you had magic powers? I mean, they didn't just decide to go off. At least, that's the official. That's what the evidence presents us with. But if I were a betting man, they were probably happy and waiting for the opportunity, which is why I say shove off.
Right.
And I think you're in agreement with me on that one. If I'm reading you right,
fully. There is absolutely no disagreement on here. This is stupid, and Ghost Spider is the dumbest name I've ever heard in my life.
Okay. But I want you guys seriously to think critically for a minute here. Trump was voted in by a majority of the population.
Oh God, we're going Trump.
That's a lot of people. It stands to reason that a lot of those people, again, this has nothing to do with my feelings on Trump. I'm just making a point here based purely on the facts. It stands to a reason that a lot of these people also happen to like things like Harry Potter, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and all that stupid stuff that we love so much. Do you really want that many people to feel like you're against them? It seems like a dumb idea to me. I would have just said something like, I would use my magic to enchant a teddy bear that would file my taxes for me, or something lame like that. Filing taxes suck. Especially since I live on the moon.
Yeah, those are a bitch and a half. I'll say that for sure.
Does America own the moon, Couchman?
We're not on that moon.
Oh, that's right.
You idiot.
Oh, then why am I filing taxes? The point is,
Couchman tax.
The point is, keep this heavy-handed political garbage out of our playpen, or you're going to find that we have more and more people who don't want to play with us. Especially when a lot of those people represent at least half the country. Now you might say to yourself, well, we don't want those bigots around anyway. First off, that's a gross character assumption of everyone who voted the president into office. Second, I can guarantee you that you've had a conversation with someone who doesn't share your political views, and you didn't even know it. You probably had a grand old time together, and politics never once came up. This happens to me all the time. I'm talking to people, and it isn't until much later down the road that eventually their politics come up. I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't even know that. Because it's not relevant, and that's the power of this hobby that we all enjoy. It unites people, giving us common ground. But that can't happen when you bring something as divisive as these heavy-handed politics into it. But I'm hopeful that folks will wake up to that soon.
This is the other thing. I mean, do you remember a time where it wasn't like you could talk about politics and it wasn't, I am going to kill you if you don't see it my way?
That's honestly, Couchman, no.
Really?
And because like I grew up in a family where my father talked a lot of politics.
Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sasquatch Senior. And so it's like I just he was always talking about how the government was trying to regulate his shoe size, and he wasn't happy about it. But it's like I just tried to avoid politics. I mean, that's why I play video games, and I occasionally read comic books, and play D&D and all that goofy stuff. It's because I hate politics. And when you defeat the purpose of these escapes when you bring the politics into it.
Yeah, that's the real problem. Like, you are taking away our escapes.
Yeah. And all that's going to do is make us feel pressured and make us resent you. Don't do that.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, they're not even letting us have this anymore.
Yeah, you're not going to accomplish anything except making people feel disenfranchised. I hope I'm using that word right.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Just going to make people feel resentful, stressed out, cornered. That's not going to get anything out of us except maybe rebellion, and maybe not against the people you want us to rebel against. Think about that when you're complaining about toxic people on Twitter. Think for one moment there might be something to that, something that maybe you have done. Okay? Just think about that. That's all I'm asking. Let's move on.
Okie dokie.
Speaking of disenchantment.
Ooh, what a
segue.
What a segue. Jeez.
We're going to go on over that on our after the break.
I was going to say. Okay, alrighty.
Disenchantment when we return. Don't go anywhere. Yo, this is Kieroneus, coming at you live from the moon. What to do? Dance, happy or funny? Click like and subscribe and start making me money. What to do? Dance, happy or funny? Click like and subscribe and start making me money. We'll talk about this and we'll talk about that. Taco Cat backwards, still Taco Cat. Your earbuds squeeze nicely in the sides of your head. For heavy discussions, review things to be said. What to do? Dance, happy or funny? Click like and subscribe and start making me money. What to do? Dance, happy or funny? Click like and subscribe and start making me money. What to do? Dance, happy or funny? Click like and subscribe and start making me money. Stick to a topic or a tangent will run. This shit's not so serious, it's all just for fun. Get ready, you minions, and do as you're told. Don't think me a sellout, cause my shows are all gold. Yo, I never knew folks would be writing me raps, lyrics and bars for a Twitch broadcast. The honor is mine. Y'all doing fine. Keep sending them in, yo, you blowing my mind. Send your fan fiction, hard or softcore. Yo, it doesn't matter, y'all. We hungry for more. I'll read it on the air, my voice smooth and mellow, my vocal sweet and rich like a chocolate caramello. What to do? Dance, happy or funny? Click like and subscribe and start making me money. What to do? Dance, happy or funny? Click like and subscribe and start making me money. What to do? Dance, happy or funny? Click like and subscribe and start making me money. Hey, that's it. Hope y'all like that. Just remember, Taco Cat backwards, still Taco Cat. The cure for what ails you. It's Kieroneus TV. I am Kieroneus, and with me is the man, the myth, the legend, the Couch Man.
Yo, baby. Whoa.
And we have got our phones on.
Yeah. Just monitoring.
Wouldn't that be crazy if I were to like dub that over Space Ghost? like the phone somehow.
You're so excited about that, aren't you?
Check it out. Lanid, if you're out there, seriously, I made it for you, buddy. Watch it. If I had your email address, I would email you right now and say, dude, watch this. You do not have to give me, folks, you are not obligated to give me your email address. In fact, don't send me your email address. I don't want it. I'm just here to talk about stuff. And speaking of talking about stuff, let's talk about disenchantment. At first I thought it was disenchanted, but it's disenchantment. I feel like enchanted would have also worked maybe a little better. I don't know. It's a quibbling detail. Shut up, Kieroneus. Get to the damn point.
Right.
There's no way to avoid Couchman's inevitable question, so I'll just get right to it. Do I think this will be as good as Futurama?
Yeah, that was my question.
You would have asked me that eventually. Don't even pretend.
Can I get a bologna sandwich?
The answer to both those questions is no. That's not a bad thing, though. I think that a lot of people are expecting this to be the fantasy equivalent of Futurama, and the creators might even hope that that's the case. But my gut's telling me different. I don't think that it's going to be at all like Futurama, really. And what I want to try to establish is the opinion that if you go in expecting Futurama, you're in for a world of disappointment. The impression I get from this trailer was that it was basically going to be more of a grown-up version of Star versus the Forces of Evil, and maybe throw a little parody at the way of Game of Thrones. That in and of itself might not be a bad thing. In fact, I would almost say that it's probably better if they do something different. Not necessarily the themes that I just mentioned. I'm just saying, don't expect it to be Futurama. Because I think like right away that will just immediately kill any enthusiasm you have for it if you do. You all right there, Couchman?
No, I'm just watching this. I'm actually super excited for that.
Well, good. But like I said, I hope you're not... I really don't think it's going to be like Futurama at all.
No. Because, I mean, hell, for the people that watched Simpsons and then all of a sudden Futurama came on, I don't think people were saying, like, oh, I hope this is exactly like The Simpsons. I mean...
Futurama is what I think most people think it's going to be like.
No, yeah, I mean, it's still the same guy. To me, it's definitely the jammed together art style of, ooh, Simpsons meet Futurama-esque. Because I don't know what, I think the faces look more Futurama to me than Simpsons.
Yeah.
And it might legitimately be, like, I don't want to, skin color. The Simpsons are yellow people. So, like...
Racist.
Maybe, yeah, but, racist. Freaking A, unsubscribed. It might be that too, but no, I find it really funny. You bring up Futurama. So this cat, like this company has brought up a modern day family in The Simpsons, a future family. What's the next logical thing to do is go into the past. I kind of like that. I think that's kind of neat. I don't know if that was straight up like, oh, we're going to do a past, an ancient times thing, but I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, and I like that it is bringing in magic, because even hell, you go into the Futurama, it was all science. Maybe this is actually going to give you what you want. Maybe they say,
oh no, I don't think that at all.
Really? You don't think where they're just going to say piss off on science, here's magic is magic for whatever region, for whatever the hell have you?
I don't think so at all.
Really?
No. It's not our time.
It's not our time.
us magic folk. It's not our time. We're going to be waiting a while.
Really?
Yeah. No. Definitely not this.
Are you? I mean, are you even? You have to be interested in it. Don't be your old curmudgeony self. Are you
sorry.
Seriously? Like, not at all.
No, I mean, I would give it a look. I'd at least give it a chance.
Right.
But so far, It's not doing it for me.
So what's really not doing it for you? Is it just because it isn't like Futurama?
No. I'm just watching it, and it doesn't grab me for whatever reason.
I was expecting you just to love this.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, let me ask you this: the fact that it's a Netflix exclusive, do you think that's a better place than like a Fox or, anything else it could have been on?
No, I don't think it makes a difference.
You are just not having this whatsoever, are you?
I'm not like excited about it. That's all.
Right.
I'm completely, to borrow a joke from Futurama, I have no strong feelings one way or the other. Right. I'm completely neutral on it. Right. It's like this could either be really good, boring, or really bad. It's going to be one of those three. Really?
So you don't see like a mid-ground where it's like, okay, not bad.
Well, it'll probably be the boring.
It's probably going to be boring if it's anything else. Okay. No, I do hear where you're coming from. I do definitely hear what you're coming from. I can't stop looking at this little elf thing. I just realized what that's from. That's the little cartoon that Maggie watches all the time.
You know what? You're right. Oh my God, you're right. That didn't even occur to me at all. Holy crap. It really is.
I just now I'm afraid they're just going to pan out and it's just going to be Maggie watching this thing. Like the last episode is going to be like, oh yay, we got everything's done and blah blah blah, and just pan out. Homer's yelling at Marge and all this other. Homie, go get Maggie, and Maggie's just on the couch.
That was such a great Marge impression.
Yeah, I know, right?
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Fox, call me. Or I guess Disney now? Call me? Question mark?
Make this chick a Disney princess.
Oh, wow. This is...
Well, no, it's not owned by...
This is coming out on the 17th.
August 17th, right?
Yeah, this is going to come out soon. I don't know why. I thought this was coming out December.
Disney doesn't own Netflix, does it?
No, Disney owns Hulu.
Okay, so she's not a Disney princess. My bad.
No.
That's just as well. I mean, it might be on the horizon somewhere. The Netflix is bought by Disney. I don't know.
Is this going to be his first cartoon outside of the Fox brand?
I think so.
Oh, no, I'm super excited to see this.
That's why I say don't expect it to be Futurama.
Ooh, I am really excited to see this now.
He's not necessarily working under the same constraints, so the things might be different.
Right. I mean, I know you guys are watching this in time with my voice. We just saw the butcher joke, where she's like, "Oh, I might be a really good butcher," and then like the guy next to me is like, "This is a pet store."
Right. Yeah.
Right. Where like that seems pretty Simpsons Futurama joke-y.
Yeah, it does. But like I said, I think we're seeing it. I think we're seeing it all in the trailers, giving you a misleading impression. That might be intentional. That might be unintentional. But like I said, I just don't think it's going to be like Futurama at all.
It's gonna be super dark and edgy. 2000s.
No. Like there's gonna be humor. It's just gonna be like a different brand.
Which I'm down for.
With like it might have some parallels with it, but like I said, I don't expect it. Is all I'm saying.
Right.
That's the only thing I want to establish is don't expect it to be Futurama. And again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. If it establishes its own identity and manages to be entertaining at the same time, so much the better.
I always forget. I know like I get in those Futurama kicks like maybe once every 3 months. You like Futurama, don't you?
Of course.
Okay. I was just like, it's not to you. I talk to somebody constantly about Futurama.
By the way, fun drinking game. Every time we say Futurama, take a shot.
Don't kill yourself.
Yeah, don't do it. You die.
Good Lord.
We must have said it like 97 times since we started talking about this.
No, but it's funny because I never noticed Futurama. Take a shot, kids.
Don't tell kids to drink on my show. Thank you very much.
On a moon. It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. It does matter. We will get called on it.
I know.
We do not endorse alcoholism for children. Adults go nuts.
Yeah, right. Adults,
I'm kidding.
Your existence is sad and futile.
Drink responsibly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I never thought Futurama. I never did. I just was like, oh, this is going to be really cool. You know what I actually was thinking this was going to be more like? I was really afraid that this was his attempt, and I'm blanking on the creator of The Simpsons name.
Matt Groening.
Thank you. His attempt on something around, like, Adventure Time.
Yeah, well, that's why I mentioned, like, Star and the Star versus the Forces of Evil.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's a Cartoon Network show, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's got that same animation style that all the cartoons on Cartoon Network have now. It's about this princess in a fantasy world. She comes to the real world. Her parents sent her there and she's really spunky and non-standard princess material, which is what we're getting here with this chick. I mean, they're even wearing the same colors. I don't know the name of the character who's going to be in this show, by the way.
Yeah, no idea.
You don't know?
No idea. No
she
idea.
probably has a name. I just haven't bothered because, like I said, I just want to like not go in with any preconceptions other than don't expect it to be Futurama, because then I know I'll be depressed.
No, I can't. This is the thing. I can't wait till it comes out. I think, especially if something like this kind of takes off, and it'll be interesting to see. Do we know what type of runtime it's going to have, like each episode?
I'm going to guess somewhere in the realm of 22.
22. Okay, so
minutes.
for an adult animation, 22 minutes, that's pretty good. Because it'll be really interesting in something as, for somebody that is as established as, again, I forget the guy. Matt Groening is in the adult genre of animation. It'll be very interesting to see if anybody else kind of starts jumping ships with that giant name attached to them. Maybe Matt Stone and
Trey Parker.
Trey Parker jumps onto a.
Ooh, I'd love it if they did a fantasy series.
That's called the Stick of Truth.
Well, outside of the Stick of Truth. I'd love it if they do anything really outside of South Park.
Book of Mormon.
Besides Book of Mormon.
Cannonball Run.
Besides Cannonball
Run. Basketball.
Besides basketball.
I know there's another one out there.
I think it's like Cannibal the Musical or something like that.
Something. Yeah, it's another music. No, Orgasmo.
Something in the vein of what we're seeing here. Princess Bean, by the way. That's a weird name. I like it.
Congratulations, you somehow have the second worst name I've heard tonight. Somehow, congratulations.
That's what the wiki page says.
But no, that's actually interesting. I'd love to see them do something animated that isn't South Park.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't. Because for those who mess up South Park, there's going to be a long line in front of me and behind me.
Of people wanting to kick your ass?
Yeah, wanting to kick somebody's ass.
Yeah. You best watch your step with South Park.
Yeah.
Actually, since we're talking about South Park, this is like completely off the wall here, but I frequently bring up my brother, and this is why. We had a conversation about doing a Jesus Christ Superstar with the entire cast of South Park. And like friggin' Mr. Garrison would have to play Herod. So you are the Christ, the great Jesus Christ. We thought that'd be hilarious. It's, I don't think many people are going to know what I'm talking about.
No, but it's still funny.
Religious family, friggin' Jesus Christ Superstar every Easter. But we also religiously watched South Park. That's what happens, folks.
Real ass ends of the spectrum on that one.
Yeah, I know.
my favorite Garrison. One of my favorite Garrison moments is the Christmas special where he's going Merry effing Christmas. Yeah. He's chucking presents at everyone.
Throwing Christmas trees and presents at these people.
Christmas around the world. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
Speaking of love and hope.
Oh my goodness.
I got one word for you people. Shazam! The Shazam trailer dropped, what was it, this week?
No, it was Friday. Dropped Friday. Last Friday. So yes.
It's on the tail end of last week. And it offered us a buffet of details on what to expect in the movie. Billy Batson, please don't rub your nipples, Couchman.
Shazam!
Please don't do that when I'm about to talk about Billy Batson. All right, that's just weird. James Gunn got into trouble for it. Just don't do it, okay?
Do I have to go off Twitter now?
But let's take a look at what we're seeing in the trailer. Billy Batson is an orphan, just like in at least one of the comics that I read. Good. He's got the costume. Excellent. A good level of humor and whimsy. Guys, this is really happening? Am I getting excited about a DC movie? Oh my god, I'm excited! I'm excited, you guys! Gosh, I hope they don't blow it. I really am excited. This looks like it'll be fun. Remember when we had fun?
Yeah, remember when DC was fun?
Those were good times,
Pepperidge
right?
Farms remembers.
Please don't blow this, DC. I'm being filled with so much hope, and I don't want to lose. I don't want to come down. I'm not coming down from this cloud.
Oh man, I can't wait.
I can't either. I really am excited by the trailer. It looks like it's going to be fun. I read a Shazam comic. It was an origin comic, but something tells me that it was more of a modern twist to it.
Probably what was going on.
Well, when I read it, it came in a hardcover book. He was fighting some giant monster, so some really huge, colossal, hairy monster with like 6 eyes. But it was an origin comic. I wish I could remember the name of it. It was so long ago that I read it. Like I said, I'm not Mr. Comic Book Guy. So you'll forgive me. Forgive my ignorance, comic book people. You know this stuff better than I. So if you would like to weigh in on it, please do.
See, I'm wondering if you read... But I think that's a Marvel villain, hairy guy? who basically is just Bigfoot and is...
No. It was like kaiju monster big.
Oh, okay, then it wasn't hairy guy.
And what's the female equivalent of Shazam?
Oh, whoa, yeah.
Is it Mary Marvel? I think?
Something like that, yeah.
I think she was in it too.
Yeah, that's an older comic.
She was also an orphan girl, I think. Right.
Yeah, there was a time where like the Shazam family, where all the orphans,
the Shazamly,
where like all the orphans got like a power of Shazam.
Oh, okay. So like this, what was it? The strength of Hercules, or was it the speed of Hermes?
The speed of Hermes, the strength of Hercules. I feel so bad right now. I can't remember this.
Yeah, Shazam's an acronym. I know that much. And although the guy, I think the guy who gave him the powers was called Merlin. which is weird.
Yeah, there's different versions where it was just like, oh, it's the last Shazam that, you know.
See, this is why I don't read comic books, folks. There's too many alternate versions and alternate versions of the alternate versions. There's no jumping on point.
You're going to read the good version, and that is Shazam Hope. Okay, you are going to read that. But here's a little... Yes, you are, and you're going to weep, and I'm going to take
I know. I saw some panels of it, and I don't want to cry.
And this is the other thing. Just a little history on Shazam. Back in, the 40s, and, when it was Action Comics and Detective Comics, and I believe this wasn't Marvel Comics, this was something else, but Shazam was just beating the ever-living hell out of Superman sales, which never happens. Like, that just does not happen. Superman
crazy.
was the big old bad comic book on the block. Shazam comes over because it did speak to the kids. It gave them like a really kind of cool, a good role model to really look up to, because it was a kid just saying, hey, I have to be good because that's what superhumans do.
Yes, but modern society deems this as disgusting and nauseating and unrealistic.
Right, but no, this looks like it's going to do it. This looks like it's actually going to say, hey, I'm going to be the ideal superhero because I'm a kid and I know what should be right and what should be wrong.
Like,
and
hey, lighten up, people.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like, oh, through the eyes of the children, everything is perfect. Like, no. I'm not saying that. But like this, I love Billy Batson. This is going to be pretty freaking amazing. They even made a whole joke on how, I'm a handicapped orphan. Why am I so gloom and everything else?
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Literally, and this is the other thing. Take a real notice right now. This is seriously the only like super dark shots in this trailer. Everything else is bright in the open. Highlighter red freaking suit.
Yeah.
A neon freaking lightning bolt, which that's what it should be.
Right.
Like, thank you for just like letting us see what is happening. Thank you so much.
Yeah, not everything has to be through a night filter. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no. You don't need to. The first things you do in Premiere should not be, okay, chuck a blue filter on there, now chuck a gray filter on there, and okay, now we can start. Like, that's ridiculous.
Lower, damn you.
Yeah, right.
Drag that bar lower.
Shade.
Keep
Contrast.
going. Sir, it's at the absolute bottom. I bottomed it out, sir. I didn't say stop.
Lower. Wait, stop. Lower. No, and this is the other thing. This, I hate getting this excited for a DC movie because the last decade has just told me, do not get too excited for a DC movie.
Yeah.
But they did something I love. They didn't really tease a super villain. They have him fighting bad guys and maybe somebody who's the big bad. But, I mean, if you've been... I don't know if we ever actually talked about this, but if you've been online and everything else, you know the name that is floating out there with a certain, let's say, evil version of Shazam, which makes all the effing sense in the world to me.
I don't want to burst your bubble, Couch Man, but I wouldn't count on it.
A tease. Do you think there's a tease? And for those who don't...
In this trailer?
No, not in this trailer. In the movie. Okay, for people that are like, what the hell is he talking about? The actor that is supposedly signed on to play Black Adam, the main bad guy for Shazam is The Rock. And
yep.
That's freaking perfect.
Yeah.
It really is.
That does make just too much sense.
Absolutely.
But I would not get my hopes up if I were you. I don't think Black Adam's even going to be in it. Maybe as a tail end teaser.
Right.
But no, I don't think he's going to be in it. He should.
Right.
I think he should, because, like, isn't he, like, introduced, like, issue 1? I don't know.
He's introduced pretty early on, but, like, not issue 1.
It's either gonna be a throwaway villain that they just made up right there because they're testing the waters with this, or it's gonna be one of his less extreme villains, and they'll want to build up to a conflict with the main villain.
I'm letting this play another time because I want to figure out when this comes out next year. But regardless,
I want to say a Christmassy type date.
It feels Christmassy to me too.
A time of hope. That's
Okay, let me ask you this. Next year, this comes out at Christmas. What pulls in better box office numbers? Episode 9 or Shazam?
Because
that's what I'm thinking. Next spring. Next spring, it just said it.
Yeah, April 5th, 2019.
Because that's the... are you on the ever-knowing internets?
Yes, I am.
Can you figure out when Avenger 4 comes out? Because I want to see who has the cojones to go against it. And I'm not going to say...
do you think this is going to be the Avenger killer?
I told you I have a very special place in my heart for Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
I would put the underdog card on this. I really would.
Oh, next month after Shazam. May 3rd, 2019.
They did it perfectly.
Yeah.
Wow, good job, DC. Finally figuring it out. Wow. I can't believe it. Way to do... Okay. Not to just straight up fillet them, but like this is the good job. Good job, DC. I love this. I can't wait. I feel like I've talked way too much about it.
No. Okay. We can definitely have this conversation. Who do we think is going to who do we think is going to win this box office match, this box office slugfest between episode 9 and Shazam?
Ooh, okay, so just those two?
Those two to start, then we'll move on to Avengers.
Okay. Ooh, do you want to go first? Because I'll rank them real easy for you.
I'd be interested to hear yours last, because mine isn't going to be. I don't think mine's going to be as informed as yours.
Wow.
Because hey, I'm just a guy who facilitates conversation. I never said I was the end all be all expert.
Right.
I'm going to call this. Shazam is going to outperform episode 9.
Okay.
But I don't think it's going to outperform Avengers 4.
Okay.
In terms of box office numbers. Just on that alone. I'm not talking about quality of movie.
Right.
Because I mean everybody wants to see DC fail. I've noticed it's like people. You're either in the camp that you want DC to fail, or you really want to see it succeed. And I just think so. Like too many people want to see it fail, so they're gonna watch to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got all these internet bloggers. They're gonna yours truly included, gonna go out there and see this movie. So much as writing on it that I can't even imagine people would not make a buzz about it. That it would not cause ripples. As for Star Wars, all people are thinking at this point is another Star Wars movie, because they're just cranking them out now.
Right, it is every December a new one comes out.
That's
Every December.
God, that makes me sad.
Right. Chucking on the hate blockers.
Okay.
Between Star Wars and Shazam, I think. Let me put it to you this way: opening weekend, Star Wars will probably have a better showing. Opening week, Shazam will outperform it.
Okay.
I think the same thing's going to kind of happen that happened with the last Star Wars movie. It's going to do me first day, but then it's just going to fall off. The people that are sticking on and saying, yeah, that this is a great 3 trilogies we just watched, like they're going to go out in drones. They'll probably watch it 2 times, but whatever. I think the Shazam stuff, I see history echoing itself. I see this saving DC. I see Shazam saving DC. This, even though the DC universe is now their subscription thing that's coming out here soon.
Yeah.
The DC cinematic universe is going to be saved by Shazam, and that's perfect.
Not Aquaman, as everybody seems to be predicting.
Not
I have just so many people saying that Aquaman it's Aquaman, people. All right, get over your freaking man crush on Jason Momoa already.
No, I will not.
It's Aquaman. He's the most clown shoes DC character of all time. Thank you very much. But Couchman, so okay. Let me see if I heard you correctly.
Right.
Shazam is going to beat Star Wars.
First week.
I don't think I heard your take on Avengers. Is it gonna beat out Avengers?
Putting the hate blockers.
Yeah, but hate blockers.
Okay.
Hate blockers engaged.
Right. It will not beat out Avengers 4 for 4 reasons.
Oh boy.
And those 4 reasons are called Sue Storm, Ben Grimm, Mr. Fantastic, and Johnny Storm.
Oh my god.
That's why. And it will be done correctly.
Are you freaking serious?
I am dead serious.
They're not going to bring out the Fantastic Four.
Excuse me. No, 5 reasons. Because Thanos is going to be put on the shelves. He's not going to be dead. They won't kill Thanos. But he's going to be like, I'm done, whatever, later, deuces. The next big baddie that we're going to see sit in a chair or possibly a throne for the next decade is going to be Doctor Doom.
No.
Absolutely.
You can't be serious.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. It's all leading up to it. It's all leading up to it. The Fantastic Four were Stan Lee's baby. Like, that was the last thing. Without the Fantastic Four, Stan Lee quits the comic book game, and comic book / cinema is changed forever. They're gonna bring him home, and they're gonna do it right.
I just don't see how you got it in your head that the Fantastic Four are ever coming back.
Avengers 4, Fantastic Four. It makes perfect sense.
Like, it would be a great promo thing, but I can almost guarantee you, after how abysmally the last 3 Fantastic Four movies have performed, I really don't see them ever coming back for some time.
I just think they are.
We'll be in diapers, old man diapers, by the time a Fantastic Four reboot or remake comes out.
And this is the other thing. This is the other thing with that. And I am definitely more of the comic guy on the channel, where I'll read stuff and everything. They killed off. Okay, they didn't. Okay, no, they killed off Wolverine when Marvel couldn't have him in their cinematic universe when it was a Fox property. They killed off the entire X-Men, basically. Tried to do the Inhumans. Inhumans didn't work. They, after Secret Wars, they put Reed Richard and the rest of the Fantastic Four, plus the Future Foundation, which is basically their kids, on a moon making universes, and that was like the end of that. Like, that was their way of pushing the Fantastic Four out, right? Since that time, Doctor Doom became Iron Man. Because Iron Man died. Iron Man has now basically been reborn physically. It's kind of really gross. But you are so lost.
I have no idea what you were saying. I feel like when I'm trying, I feel like my dad when I'm trying to, when I was a kid, trying to explain Pokemon or Power Rangers to him.
Okay. Okay, let me put it to you really simple. They killed off the X-Men. They killed off Wolverine. They killed off the Fantastic Four because they didn't have the rights to the movies. Marvel went on for like 5-6 years. All of a sudden, the buyout happens. They bring back Wolverine into the main Marvel continuity.
Well, hang on a second.
What up?
You're saying they killed them in the comics, or they killed them in the movies?
Comics.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say they didn't kill off the Fantastic Four. Their movies were just bad.
Yeah. No. They killed them off in the comics. They brought Wolverine back. They brought back the X-Men. This happened right around the same time that buyout happened. During the death of basically not having the Fantastic Four on Earth, Victor Von Doom fixed his face up, became a good guy. In the most recent thing, his face got jacked up again, and now he's on the road back to being evil. So that just leads me to think, okay, they're bringing back the Fantastic Four because they want everything to be in continuity, because that's what Marvel does. They're trying to make the movies be in continuity with the comic books and everything else.
Boy, that's not. You and me must be reading different tea leaves, my friend.
Oh, I know. I am. That's why I had to put the hate blockers on, man. I'm in some deep water here.
Yeah, honestly, one might say in the weeds.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I really, while I enjoyed your little trip through this strange world, I don't see it happening. I don't see the Fantastic Four coming into play at all.
Really?
The MCU is going to live and die without ever once bringing the Fantastic Four in. I can almost guarantee it. I am very confident on this one.
Oh,
And which brings us back to, have you yet answered whether or not you think Shazam is going to beat it?
Fantastic Four? Shazam is going to beat
Avengers 4.
You want to know what? I think worldwide it will. I think worldwide it will. I think what's going to happen is Fantastic Four, that Avengers 4 is going to come out. Infinity War, as many people might sit there and be like, oh, it was so bad because, like, you know, the bad guy won and everything else. Okay, you know what's going to happen in this next one. Everyone is coming back. We already know what's happening. We just want to see it happen. I think once we see it happen, we'll be okay. It's not going to be like Infinity War, where it was, oh my God, we're so shocked. What did I just see? I have to go watch this 4 more times within this week. I think it's going to be one of those things where it's just like, okay, oh, thank God Peter Parker's back. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I think that's what's going to happen. I think worldwide, it's going to do good numbers, but I think worldwide, Shazam is just going to pull crazy numbers.
I
hope I'm right.
Yeah, I hope you're right too. Because like I said, Shazam gives me hope.
Right. Yeah.
Gives me hope that we can learn to have fun again. That we could stop being such whiny, moody goth kids and move to the phase in our lives where we're like, hey, you know what? I'm okay with myself, and I'm okay with the world around me.
Right. I know we're on the very tail end of this right now, but I do have you brought up the world and everything else. Can I bring up one more trailer?
Be my guest, Couchman.
Well, you talked about the world, and apparently the world belongs to the Titans. And apparently the Titans are the Toei Monster.
Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. I had, honestly, Couchman, I completely forgot about about this particular trailer.
King of the Monsters?
Yeah. Completely forgot about it because, I mean, how long has it been since Godzilla's been relevant?
When did he kill Bryan Cranston?
Oh, spoilers. That movie, honestly, I think, like, they're just, like, doing the same thing all over again. That's the impression I'm getting from this. Like, it's hey, everybody, look, Bryan Cranston from that series you love. And they're doing it again. Hey, everybody, look, it's Millie Bobby Brown from that series you love.
Had no idea that's who it was until you told me. Because again, I know her from that really overrated show where she has a shaved head. And two, I take it whatever way you want. I think she looks better with a shaved head.
Come on, Couchman. We just went over this.
What?
She is a child.
I think she looks better with a shaved head.
Whatever.
Oh, come on. Look at this. This looks amazing.
It happened to James Gunn and it happened to Dan Harmon. It looks like it's... Well, no, okay, look. The way this was introduced to me was they showed her doing her I'm trying to reach Monarch thing.
Right.
And then they replayed the trailer for the first one.
Oh, I didn't catch that one. It went to like a web thing for me.
That's the trailer that I saw.
Oh.
Plus, I'm not really seeing the trailer over here on my side. My computer has just completely taken a dump.
Oh wait, so you haven't seen this trailer?
I might have seen it. Just like I said, I've seen the part with her. And that's the part that they're really playing up. And she's probably going to die in the beginning like Bryan Cranston did in the beginning.
Okay, that'd be amazing. Come on.
I would laugh my ass off if that actually happened.
I can't, like, seriously, you haven't, I kind of want you to come over here. You haven't seen this one?
Yes, I've seen it. I just,
okay.
I'm not seeing it over here. It would help if I could actually watch it while I'm talking about it.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
It's like, yep, it looks like there's going to be a lot of destruction and stuff like there was in the first one.
Right. I mean, it's a Godzilla movie.
Right. So it's like, if that's your thing, yeah, great. I don't know.
You're a monster fan. How aren't you a giant monster fan?
Well, I mean, for one thing, I don't know. Again, I'm not super into it.
Oh, I can't wait, dude.
You're right, I should be. But I mean, I'd be willing to give it a chance, but I'm going to wait for it to come out of theaters. I'm going to wait for the DVD.
You see, that's funny. I'm the... Like, even if I wasn't into this and I had some sort of, like, okay, I want to go see it, like, this is going to be a giant spectacle. I think not going to a theater to watch this on a giant screen with ginormous woofers and speakers all around you, I think that is taking away from the experience.
I think you're actually 100% right on that, but that's just how I feel.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
And you're right, I should be into this. I love monsters, like a lot. I love monsters.
Freaking Mothra's in this. What a stupid monster.
Mothra was in the last one.
No, it wasn't.
It was a giant bug monster he fought.
That wasn't Mothra. That was just a new thing.
I thought it was supposed to be Mothra.
Oh, hell no. If that was supposed to be anything, that was supposed to be Rodan. but Rodan's in this.
Okay. Yeah, no, I guess I haven't seen this trailer. Like I said, I'm not seeing it in real time over here, so I have no idea what it is that you're looking. I'm seeing a buffer screen.
Oh, oh, when freaking all hail the king, and then just
let me know when Godzilla versus Kong comes out.
Yeah,
that's the problem with this. Like everybody's, I mean, Universal was trying to do it with the monster thing, with the horror monster thing that died.
Long dead.
And they're trying to do it with this here. You know, it's like, then it just creates this like, all right, well, wake me when the good part happens, because now it's basically just an admission that this is build up, that this is filler until the actual big conflict between Godzilla and King Kong occurs.
Right, but you could make that, you could have made that argument for, you know, the entire Marvel run.
You really could have made that argument, Couchman.
I know.
You really could have. It's almost as if somebody did.
But this is my thing. I think where Marvel had this decade-long plan, every other thing is trying to catch up. You saw it completely fail with, you know, Batman v Superman. You saw it be all right with Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League was good.
Yeah, no, Batman v Superman was horrible.
Batman v Superman was not horrible. It was just not as great as it should have been.
The two greatest heroes of all time stopped fighting because a single
God, the Martha thing. Okay, look, I get it. I get it. But it's just not that bad.
Do you know how many stories there are with those two fighting each other? I feel like those two fight each other more than Batman and Joker fight each other. It is not hard to tell a decent story. They found a way to really F it up.
Okay, look.
There were some really cool parts in that movie. I'll give you that.
No, I have something that's going to blow your mind here.
What? Smoke bomb.
the monster movie, it's Godzilla in a Batman costume and Kong dressed as the Joker, and then they fight. Make that happen.
That'd be adorable. No, but this is the thing. I think you're right. This is leading up to Kong v Godzilla. What I am going to put out there for everyone to love and adore me for is I want to make it a triple threat match for the third movie. Because I have a feeling they're going to bring another character in this movie, or they're going to mention it. And that is the turtle that loves all the little children.
His friend to the children.
Friend to the children.
Gamera.
I want Gamera versus Kong versus Godzilla. We've seen Godzilla v Kong before. We've never seen Godzilla v Gamera.
I think actually there was a Godzilla v Gamera
No, there was
movie
not.
way back. I think you might be wrong. I'm going to have to look into this.
You might have to, but I'm going to say
I'm pretty sure there was.
Definitely wrong, unless there was like a Bollywood one, like
it definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't like a main canon type thing, but it was. It was
a fan made thing. I told you.
It did happen. I'm almost certain it did happen.
I'm telling you, if it did, I have something to go watch tonight. If it didn't, I'm just pleased for the third movie. Give me a tiny little Gamera movie, and then just sneak him into the third movie.
All right, all I can really find is the Death Battle version of it. So
right.
You might be right. There might not have been.
Like, oh, dude, I want to see that because I always wanted to just see.
And then Gorgo comes in.
That would be amazing. That's the thing. We're in a time where all this can be actually shown to me, where it isn't some cat in a damn suit. I get it. There is a special magic when it comes to that. There really is. But give me just... I want to see... One of the coolest parts of the last Godzilla movie was him ripping open that dang pterodactyl bug thing's mouth and just shooting his atomic breath into that thing.
Shooting a load of atomic blast right in its mouth, right down its throat. Just being stupid. Yeah, first of all, I think part of the reason is because I saw the Toho Godzilla, the more recent Toho Godzilla movie.
Shin Godzilla?
Yeah, Shin Godzilla. I liked the way that Godzilla looked versus the way the American one does. Because like they actually they managed to find some sort of compromise. I mean, it was still CG.
Right.
But it looked like it was the traditional guy in a rubber suit almost. Like just enough to give it like this really surreal, almost uncanny valley type thing. But it's just like, oh my God, it's like what am I looking at? And like that's kind of what you should be seeing when you see Godzilla. When I see this movie or the previous one to it, all I saw was a big blob of CG. So I would like to see a movie that utilizes the Shin Godzilla. Maybe just forego. Okay, gonna sidebar this. Shin Godzilla. One of my biggest problems with it was it was really boring. Like it was, and I mentioned this before.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of just people talking. That is not what I wanted.
If you don't like the politics of a Godzilla movie, you are gonna hate that movie.
Oh my God. That was so dull. I mean, there was a guy complaining. Literally, there was a scene where a guy was just complaining that his noodles weren't the right consistency. It's like, maybe I missed something here. Maybe you're supposed to be into that. Maybe that's the charm of it, but I don't know. I don't remember I don't remember that kind of thing in any of the old Godzilla movies I watched when I was a kid. I mean, it's been a while since I've watched any of them, so maybe it's in there. My point being is that was a problem, and then there was the fact that somehow I don't think it hit Japan yet that it's outdated, but the split mouth thing. We're seeing that in every monster these days. I mean, it was cool in Predator. Then they did it in Blade. Then they did it in friggin' Borderlands. And it's just like, it's everywhere. Monsters have split mouth mandible type things. And they did it with Godzilla and Shin Godzilla. I was like, why? But I would like to see that style of Godzilla animation. What are you snickering about over there?
I was thinking of more monsters with the split thing. What's the Stephen King movie? The testicles eat the world, and they're on that thing.
The Langoliers.
Yeah, the Langoliers, which is basically the monster in Stranger Things.
No.
Stranger Things head is exactly what a Langolier would look like if they redid it.
Well, the Langoliers didn't have legs or anything. They were just floating prunes with.
Yeah,
that movie was awful.
That movie was amazing.
The book was better. I'll put not to sound like that guy, but yeah, the book was better.
What was the one that was just it wasn't a book? Wow, now we're going into Stephen King.
Yeah, another sidebar on top of the sidebar.
There was a Stephen King like short that wasn't a book. He didn't make it a book first.
Gosh, I don't know. I know Maximum Overdrive was a book.
Right, and that was the one he came back to direct himself because he wanted to scare the pants off you. Remember those commercials? I sure as hell do.
I don't, actually. I know that Secret Window was a book.
What was okay? No.
Lawnmower Man was a book, but it was nothing like the movie at all.
No, it was not.
Decidedly not. I know that...
what was the one they... Oh, I hate myself for not remembering this. There was an alien under the town. Everybody was getting super smart. I don't remember. And then there was like a scene. There was a scene where like
maybe Dreamcatcher. No, that's not Dreamcatcher.
No, that's not Dreamcatcher. then there was like like the male lady who was like a drop dead gorgeous bombshell, has a lipstick laser gun and kills cops with it, and then they're all just inventing crap.
I have no freaking idea what you're talking about.
Dude, we're gonna have to watch this together.
This sounds like an amazing movie.
It is horrendous. And seriously, the beginning of this movie. No, you gotta. Oh my god. Okay, the beginning of this movie starts with a school field trip to the police station, and then the chief, who's like a middle-aged woman, brings him to her office, I kid you not, you know the scene from It with all the dolls? Mm-hmm. Was basically that. Just dolls everywhere. And, like, it never is brought up again.
Ooh, I'm actually glad you brought that. I think we're officially done talking about Godzilla.
Yeah, yeah, that's been off for a while.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you want to do Aquaman, we got Aquaman.
You mentioned It, but we could show the Aquaman trailer real quick. But
no.
I need a good laugh. But you mentioned It,
right?
That's the one trailer I can't find. I saw it once. I saw the trailer for It Part 2. And I just cannot find the one. Like, you can find a trailer for it, but there was another trailer where you actually see, like, a lot of weird and crazy things happening.
Like the sequel to what we just had?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That flew so
I would have told you about it, but I couldn't find the trailer for it. I don't think it's like...
Was it leaked?
I don't know
like this scene in Aquaman?
Are we talking about Aquaman now?
No. I just have it playing while we're talking about something else.
We could talk about Aquaman's a joke.
Oh, for God's sake.
This movie's going to be garbage. I don't think for 1 minute it's going to save DC. If anything's going to save DC, it is going to be... I'm sorry, I just got completely distracted by
me too. This is amazing.
By a message that just popped up. You've been live for over 2 hours. At this point in your broadcast, you should have consumed at least 8 ounces of water to maintain optimum Screw you, Twitch. I'll hydrate when I want to.
I kind of love this. Thank you, Twitch.
Oh, don't encourage them, Couch Man.
I love this. I want it to be like, make yourself a grilled cheese sandwich next or something.
I love that you're playing the Aquaman trailer when this happened.
Oh yeah, this is pretty.
This is too much. Couch Man, I think we've hit a wall here.
I think we're punch drunk, and I'm pretty okay with it.
First of all, I hydrated during the break. See, that's why we have a break segment, Twitch. We're professional broadcasters. We know how to do our job. Thank you very much.
I've been drinking the entire time.
I'm completely amazed by this.
That was, like, I saw, like, a blue text, and I'm going, did we do something wrong or right? Like, I was like, oh, we're trying to get affiliate status. I just saw a blue text. I was like, oh. And then it just was like a water bottle. I was like, oh. I do love this. That was great.
Oh, for God's sakes. This is Kieroneus TV. I am Kieroneus. With me is Couch Man. Stay hydrated, people. Aquaman is going to blow.
I don't know about that, but, you know.
Good night.